Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to yet another episode of Under the Influence Podcast.
Yes, sir. This is episode 194.
194. As always, I'm Big Cuz.
I'm that guy, PM.
And we are here once again for another episode for your viewing and listening pleasures.
There you go.
I get it together. I'll find it. I'll find it one day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm here, man.
I'm here too.
I'm here, man. Still trying to fight whatever little cold or whatever jumped on me a couple weeks ago. I'm okay, but it's how you be okay, but it still be lingering.
Yeah,
like I'm okay, but it's still around. I wake up all stuffed up sometimes.
You don't feel good until like a month later.
Yeah, starting to come out of it finally. I finally started to shake the.
It's the seasonal switch.
Yeah, man.
With all this hot shit going from the cold.
Really jumped on my ass. I've been running around with my boom boom stick thingy and trying to keep my nasal passages cleared up. Look like I'm doing coke.
Yeah.
That shit worked. I just dropped it too.
Back in the day, what they used to have, them little thing
Yeah, the poppers.
Is that what they were?
We popped them motherfucking.
Not those. I'm talking about the. They used to do it on the old cartoons and shit. Where they some little powder. It wasn't coke.
Oh.
It's like a catnip for people or something like that. And they used to snort it up their nose. I forgot what it's called. It's a name for it.
Okay.
It's kind of like a tobacco type thing. Instead of snuffing it, they snort up their nose.
Well, that's crazy work. Yeah. People have done crazier. So,
speaking of which, before we get into anything, because you just reminded me, and I just because I started watching it. When these heavy lifters,
yeah,
what is that?
Smelling salt.
All right,
we use it.
All right,
it'll knock your motherfucking head off your body.
Obviously, they be going crazy. They be
it'll knock your head off your body. It's
like what?
Okay, you ever see when people be knocked out and they crack the thing and put it under their nose and it wakes them up?
Yeah. I've had that. That's like iodine or something.
It's that,
like that.
But
it's that.
It's that, but a little more intense.
A little more intense. That stuff hurts. They don't even be tearing up or nothing. They just
it'll knock your head off your body. We got some at my guy Ant that did the pod.
Okay.
He got it in his gym bag, so it's in a like a bottle. Take the top off, and there's a method to it. Because if you just take it and put it to your face, it's like it has a delayed reaction, and it hits you so hard. So when you take it, you gotta like wave it. Get a little closer
or faint it to you
until you can smell it. Then you kind of go in. Man, my guy Big Mike, he had never used it. We like, hey Big Mike, do not put that right in your. That nigga said, all right, bet, grab that shit, put it right here. Man, that nigga his eyes was watering. He was coughing up shit for 20 minutes. That should have knocked your motherfucker's head off. We use it when we about to do like real big lifts.
Yeah, okay. I just seen it. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Smelling salt. It's the same shit they use when a nigga knocked out. They crack the little thing.
I was like, is that illegal?
It's hard to get your hands on it sometimes, but
it seems like the lifting world has a lot of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All the women. I was watching the women's section.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That shit's strong too. That shit'll burn. That shit'll burn your eyes. It burn your nose. It burn.
Because the one in the med kits, they're harsh.
Yeah. Oh, it's harsh. That's why you motherfuckers be so jacked up and alive. Like like a goddamn adrenaline rush. Well, we got an unfortunate RIP.
Yes, we do.
Our brother Chips, his mother passed, Mama Judy. Peacefully in her sleep. Love Mama Judy to death. So rest in peace, Mama Judy.
Very nice woman.
Yeah, this episode's for you. Love Mama Judy to death. She's a tough ass lady, boy. That was my G right there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, prayers and love to our brother.
Yep, and family.
And his family, and that's a rough one. That's a rough one.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mama Judy. Rest in peace. Any more?
Not that. I mean, there was one. I don't know who that person was. So
Neither do I. Today's the 16th anniversary of Michael Jackson's death.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know that.
Yep. I ain't know it either. I never got talking about it, and I remembered it. It was, the 25th.
So that would make a lot of sense of why I've been seeing a lot of posts about not about him, but people doing like dances and stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's the anniversary of his death.
Yeah, okay.
And then,
One was funny. It was funny as hell. I don't know if this was a chick or a dude, but it had like almost like the Thriller jacket,
Okay.
and it was I'm gonna say it because I don't know.
Yeah.
It was walking through the store or walked in the store in the liquor store, and whoever was recording was like, "It's the Thriller," and people in the store turning around looking and just bawling.
That's how funny that motherfucker looked.
Looked just like it came from a Thriller out.
Oh my God.
Video.
That's how, man. How I'm old enough. We was old enough to like distinctly remember when the nigga passed.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like I'm watching some of these videos and I'm talking about him passing, and motherfuckers on there like they killed Mike, and I'm on there like literally they killed Mike. A nigga went to jail for it.
Yeah.
Like y'all ain't saying nothing that we don't know. Now we can speculate about why they killed Mike, but that doctor got convicted of killing Mike.
Overdosing him.
Yeah, because they keep showing that. He was rehearsing. He was on rehearsal like 12 hours before he died.
Yeah, This Is It tour.
Yeah, the nigga looked great. I said, man, yeah, they killed that nigga. They killed him and Prince.
Yeah, I was gonna say Prince too.
And all them photos done been released to Prince's dead body. You see that? Somebody done got a hold of where they actually found him, and a bunch of pictures of him like dead in his house.
Wow.
It's terrible. Because apparently he overdosed in like the elevator in his house. So the elevator opened and he like fell out in front of the elevator. So all the pictures, he's like on the ground dead in front of the elevator with like his feet still in the elevator. But
wow.
Yeah. Crucial.
That's crazy. At least he wasn't on the toilet.
At least he went on. That's where Elvis was, right? Yeah. That's a bad place to be. I try to think about a lot of things now that I'm getting a little older. Compromised situations, like how I could be.
Yeah.
If I get something happen, so I don't want to be found like that.
Or on the middle of the street or somebody's store.
Yeah.
Or in Vegas, in the hotel, and they had to take you through the back way.
Yeah, because that's what they do.
That's what they do.
Because they can't disturb.
Yeah, they can't let the fun stop.
Yeah, no, the fun must continue.
They'll take the family and escort them to where they need to go, and they'll do whatever they got to do.
Yeah,
Cruise ships.
Yeah.
Cruise ship. They not stopping.
They not stopping. You gonna be on that motherfucker till that bitch get back to the States.
Yes, sir.
In the bottom, in the freezer.
I seen one good meme where the man was like, what'd he say? He said when he's on cruises, he turns his phone off. He said, because if anybody calling him, how can he help?
Yeah. Yeah.
He said, let me know after the cruise.
Yeah, I can't be of any assistance.
Yeah, he said, Mama die, let me know after the cruise. I ain't like I could stop the cruise and say, oh, I gotta go.
Last time I was on a cruise, boy, them motherfucking fees for calling from certain places was so high.
What, roaming fees?
I know they all different now. This was years back, man. My shit was off. Yeah, my shit was off.
Yeah, we used to get roaming for going to different states. You don't get that no more.
No.
You don't get none of that no more.
That's what I was talking about. Remember we was talking about the Nextel last time you was here? That's why I had that Nextel.
Sure.
Nextel had free nationwide calling.
Oh, that's right.
Because it was marketed as like a business phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it had free nationwide calling. So, I was going back and forth to Cali all the time. So that was the phone that I would use. And then I would be running back and forth to Ohio and shit like that. Doing shit I had no business doing. And so I would use the Nextel because I had an AT&T. I had like two AT&T phones. I had AT&T and a T-Mobile phone. But them motherfuckers had, like you said, roaming.
Yeah, that shit costs.
Yeah.
Just hate that.
Yeah.
Or I used to hate when like people had burnout phones and they could text unlimited.
Yeah, but you can't text back unlimited.
Yeah. And they charge 5 cents a text.
Yeah. You quit texting. Burnout phones, a motherfucker, wasn't they?
Yeah.
The chip in that bitch.
I had to ask the chick, I'm like, how the fuck do you keep texting me so much?
This motherfucker does not cost.
Yeah. I hated that.
Does not cost. What we getting into, brother? How we rolling? How we kicking this thing off?
Well, I got one that ain't an article. Did you see the Charleston White?
The boxing match?
Yeah.
You beat the hell out of
watch
that little
it?
island boy.
Kodiak Red.
Kodak Red.
He had to quit.
Yeah.
He quit. What round was it?
First round.
I thought it was second. I thought
Maybe it was the second.
I think it was the second it was because Charleston got up on he was standing up.
Yeah.
During the what's it called? The dude was looking over there like, why is he standing?
Kodak Red's in zero shape.
He didn't throw not a punch though. Really.
He threw a couple. I seen it, but he was
more like this the whole time.
Yeah, he was tired, and he was, well, you know, them niggas is weirdos anyways.
I mean, Charleston, what, 46, 47?
He older,
One eye.
That's what somebody, I saw a post, somebody was on there saying that he can't fight.
He can't.
He said, that's what he said. He said, I can't.
Yeah,
he said, I'm not a fighter.
He already said he pull out weapons.
He said, I'm a shooter. I'm a macer. I'm a stabber.
I'm always pull out something. Fighting ain't fair.
Yeah. That video, man, when Buddy tried to run up on him and he hit Buddy in the top of the head with the back of the knife. You know how the knife be having that little point on there like to break a window with?
Yeah.
He hit Buddy in the top of the head with that ball. He pulled the knife out and Buddy ran up on him. He hit him in the top of the head right here. Buddy was like, no, I'm bleeding. He was busted smooth open.
Yeah.
He said, I could have stabbed you, boy. Get away from me.
That's what I'm saying, though. But, like, Kodak, is it Kodak Red or Kodiak?
Kodak.
Okay.
Kodak Red, like Kodak Black.
Okay.
But Kodak Red.
And, but he looked weak as fuck.
Yeah. Him and his brothers sissies.
That shit was terrible.
Bowl full of suckers.
But Charles ended with a couple of uppercuts. He kept that arm out on him.
Yeah,
so he could line him up.
Kept that range.
Depth perception.
So he had to use that one good eye. You know, he did, considering that he got one eye, he did a good job.
He did a real good job.
He kept Buddy on the right side. He pushed him around the ring so that he could focus in on the good eye and he wasn't getting caught from the blind side. He did a good job.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny.
He earned that money.
So what was the reason for the fight, though? That's the only thing I could not find.
They be doing celebrity, what's dude name? Aiden Ross?
I know Aiden Ross. Yeah, he was part of it.
He throws them.
All right, I just thought maybe they had some beef.
He throws them, and I mean they probably had some little nonsense beef, but he be having all types of whatchamacallit,
Influencer,
like celebrity fighting.
Yeah.
You know, not real celebrity, but I
I'm
guess
saying,
they're celebrities.
influencers.
Yeah.
That's the type of celebrity that they're called. So.
If I ain't mistaken, did Jake Paul get knocked out?
By who? I didn't see nothing.
I thought he just fought somebody else and got knocked out.
Oh wow. Nah, I don't know nothing about
Don't
that.
quote me. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I hope he did though.
I didn't even know that there was gonna be a fight until I seen it on YouTube, and I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And they were talking about the full fight is somewhere else, but I'm like, "Where?" Cause you just look like you showed the full fight.
Yeah, nah, it was because he have them all the time. That's where Buddy was at when he got the shooting.
Oh, Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown. He was leaving one of those.
He just left the country too,
Yeah.
so you don't have to pay child support.
He was leaving one of those. That's where he was at when that happened.
Okay.
Buddy making a killing with that shit, man. You know, I don't follow none of them streamer niggas like that for real, but I be kind of.
I don't really fuck with Aiden like that.
I don't either.
I don't like his demeanor.
I be poking in on a couple different people, you know, like Ben the Don and Kai and
Yeah, I watch Kai every now and again.
Kai and you know a couple of his his people, Duke Dennis and.
I ain't really tuned into them. I've been tuning into other people like Knell Joseph and Gideon. Gideon changed his whole little thing up. He don't even do pranks or any type of like funny shit no more. He's all about predator poaching.
Ah, okay. I be watching that nigga Ben the Don, man. That nigga's hilarious. You know who he is?
I've never heard of him.
Real light skinned nigga, man. He hang out. He fuck with Drake real heavy. That's where like I kind of got on him. He's a funny nigga, but like Drake kind of took him under his wing, got him up, and so nigga he be live streaming, and he just be talking so motherfucking crazy, man. He was talking to one. They was in the store, and he was talking to his homeboy because he said something about an old lady.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, I nailed that old lady over there." And he was like, the dude was like, that old lady right there? He was like, I used to have me one. She was like 71. I used to go over there. She cook for a nigga, do something, give me a little head or something, $300 every time something. The dude was looking at him all super crazy. And he finally realized he was looking at her super crazy. He goes, man, I just don't know how to shut my goddamn mouth. That'd be the problem. And the nigga what?
Nah, I ain't never heard of Ben the Don.
Ben the Don's hilarious, man. Ben the Don's hilarious. James Harden James Harden in a little trouble because of his people.
James, a basketball player.
Basketball player. This is a PSA to everybody getting some money, man. Be careful who you around. James Harden is being sued for negligence after his security guards allegedly failed to intervene while his nephew allegedly assaulted an unconscious woman at Harden's mansion.
Unconscious?
Yeah.
Wow,
Nigga took it.
Sleep.
James Harden has been accused of negligence in a lawsuit that claims his nephew raped a woman while she was unconscious at a New Year's Eve party at Harden's house in Texas last year. Harden's nephew, Justice Armani Blackburn, is accused of essay against Marisha Watley, 40 years old, a civil complaint filed in Texas on Monday. The lawsuit alleges that security guards hired by Harden could have prevented the alleged rape and that he is vicariously liable for the actions of his guards and as their employer. It names Harden, Blackburn, and an unknown number of unidentified security guards and defendants listed as security guard 1 through 10 and their unidentified employer. The lawsuit alleges that security guards hired by Harden. Oh, my bad. She's suing for $100 million in damages.
Damn.
And she wants a jury trial.
Does he have that?
Yeah.
See, she'll get $2
I
million.
think James Harden worth a few hundred million. He just signed $200 or $300 million contracts.
She'll get $2 million.
Like she might get a little bit more than that.
That's crazy.
That's why you gotta be careful who's around you, cause when you the big fish and stuff happens, ain't nobody about to sue the nigga that really did it.
Right.
They about to sue your ass.
The motherfucker who owns the place.
Yeah, and it was at your house.
That's
your security
crazy.
guards was there, and it was his nephew.
Yeah.
Because, like, at first, I'm glad they clarified it. Because at first, when I first heard about it, they was trying to make it sound like it was him that did it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how that go. Motherfuckers looking for, hot takes and clickbait.
All that.
But when I got into the story, it was
His nephew.
his nephew. It just happened to be at his house during a party when a whole bunch of motherfuckers was there. But you know how that go.
Yeah, you gotta have somewhere else to have the venue.
Yeah.
Where's the function?
You know how it goes. If Terry drops some vegetable oil, if Terry drops some vegetable oil at Walmart and I slip bust my ass, I don't sue Terry.
Baby girl.
Baby girl.
Let me see you do your dance. Let me do your swirl. I got something there that ain't so good.
Oh.
And this kind of shit does need to stop, though. Especially in the field that I want to get into. It's the $200 dash. It says
What happened?
$200 dash.
Okay.
Patrons skip out on the $200 bill. Dine and Dash fails black-owned restaurant. It says the recent brazen act of a trio leaving Flay. I seen the video of this. Leaving Flay's Bar and Grill in University Village without settling a $200 bill for shrimp and lobster. Highlights more than just the financial loss. It exposes the challenges confronting black-owned establishments and the broader community they endeavor to serve. It says as warm weather beckons patrons to outdoor dining, to the crucial revenue stream for local restaurateurs, incidents of dine and dash are not only surging but are also disproportionately affecting independent, often minority-owned businesses that are striving for economic stability. So, what happened here is the people. It was like just 3 people, and it says Let me see. Let me read it for what it is. The surveillance footage from June 6th captured 3 patrons, only 3 of these motherfuckers, departing Flaves, inviting outdoor patio with payment after hawk smashing plates of seafood.
Hawk smash. I mean, when you got a motherfucking, why don't you finish for it?
Yeah, it says the co-owners Andrew Bonstu and Phil Simpson. It says they say it's actually disappointing, very disappointing to see that from the community we actually serve, we pour we pour into this community. Says the immediate fallout directly affects the dedicated staff. As Simpson discovered, the young lady was serving that table. She's got kids at home, and she gets a percentage of that tip.
Yep.
She worked hard to serve that table, and they had a lot of food. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm gonna leave it at. But that goes to show for a lot of shit though. Like these were just 3 people.
Yeah.
$200 bill. I mean $200 tab. The other $200 tab was a group of, I'm gonna say like 12, maybe between 12 and 20. Came into a Mexican restaurant late, you know, like a dinner towards close, like 30 minutes before close or whatever. Ordered up a gang of food, drinks, and then when they got the bill, said they weren't going to pay because gratuity was added. Mm. And everybody knows if you got over 5 people in your party, it's automatic.
They added automatically to make sure that the waitress actually gets some money in case y'all are trash tippers.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
I was about to say
they all got up and walked out.
That's crucial.
And they showed the video of that.
I was about to say when you got an outdoor dining spot like that though, when you got the thing, I know it sounds a little like harsh, but like when I was in Kentucky not that long ago, they had the outdoor thing, and when they brought the food, we had to pay.
Yeah, you should have to, especially if you're outdoors.
Yeah, not when we were done.
No, right when you got the food.
When they brought the food, like, all right, here's how much this costs.
Yeah.
And then like
I'm in agreement with that.
Then like throughout the night, if we wanted some more shit, they did same routine. Because the waitress came back like anything else, and if we needed something else, come back and here's the bill for that. Like,
because I mean it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Like especially like outdoor dining. It's a restaurant here. A good example. You ever heard of Mama Corolla's?
Yes.
All right, so off 54th and College, they got the outdoor dining. It's bushes and trees, not trees. You have trees on the side, but bushes and all type of little ambiance for you. It's the most easiest place to walk out of because the parking lot is right there.
Yep, there's a place right there that I go to from time to time. They got this fire ass burger, and they like put the chips and shit on the paper.
Oh, you talking about Fat Dan's?
Fat Dan's.
Yeah.
They got the outside dining right there, and they got the little parking lot is like right around the building. You can just get on about your business. But yeah, and that one that I was at in Kentucky had a big ass security guard just on the patio chilling with niggas.
And that's what you need though.
Yeah, he was just on the patio chilling with niggas.
Because people will take that opportunity.
Back in the day, you remember that Denny's used to be on Washington Street where Vitamin Shop and all that shit is now?
Yeah.
Nigga, we used to tear their ass up. We run out of Denny's on a regular.
We did, where the, not Art Skillet, his place, on 30th to Shaylin.
Yeah.
It used to be Sunshine.
Yep.
We used to hit them up all the time and be up out of there.
They used to tear their ass up, nigga.
Like, I ain't gonna say I ain't never did it. I ain't did it as an adult.
Not as an adult. Yeah,
not as an adult, no. That's some kid shit.
Yeah,
these weren't kids.
I was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, the 20 top was a whole family, and then these adults, they was well over 20.
Yeah, that's crazy work.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy work. Like I said, I mean, anybody that's ever been out to eat with me, I tip more than the average person tips because my first wife, when she was putting herself through college, she was a waitress. And she used to come home from work at night, and I would hear how bad she would talk about
people that didn't
tip.
Yeah.
I had an 8 top. That's what I discovered. The top is how many people. I had an 8 top. You know, the motherfuckers left me $5.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, she used to come home all the time
for that bullshit.
Yeah, and so she used to come home, and then I'd hear the same tone in her voice about how like a good tipper, and how like she remembered them and remembered it.
They become regulars.
Yeah, I said, man, I am never gonna be when I go into a restaurant Oops. When I go into a restaurant, I I already have my tip in mind, right?
Yeah,
And all a motherfucker can do is chip away at it.
that's how I work. I was gonna say deduction.
Yeah,
That's all I do.
you can deduct. You can mess up.
And it's not hard to do to keep it for me because I know what you got to go through. I know
Yeah.
you got other people to fuck with and all that. But my thing is just show your presence every now and
Yep.
again. You know what I mean? Like, okay, for example, I was just at Texas Roadhouse a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
The young man that we had as a server was not on it.
Okay.
Not on it at all, and he seemed like he was nervous, but from what I hear, he'd been working there for a minute.
Okay.
You know, and I wasn't giving him no bullshit, no runarounds, and nothing. I was like, hey, bro, like, can I get some A1? Like, where's the A1? I had to ask another server to bring it. You know what I'm saying? So that just took $1 off. Like, then he wasn't bringing no refills, and I'm like, yo, like refills are free, my guy. Like, you should be stacking them up over here.
It was a while ago, but I was at Longhorn, and we had a older black lady, somewhere between 50 and 60, somewhere in that realm, and that lady was a fucking joy. Nigga, I had to add more to the tip because she was on it.
We had one.
She brought out food we didn't order. I just think you really like this. I was like, what the hell? Like,
That's what's up. We used to go to Ryan's on North Keystone back in the day, like when I was like third,
I
fourth
miss
grade.
Ryan's. We used to go to the one over on Eastgate.
That one too.
On Shaylin.
That one too. So we had a guy there too, but we went to the one on Keystone more because it was close to my grandma's, her house and stuff. And waitress named Maria.
Mm-hmm.
And every time she would see me and my mother and my grandma come in,
Just,
yep.
they're my
As
people.
soon as we get to paying, because you pay first, and then oh, come on, I have a table just for you guys. I got your drinks ready and this, that. I'm like, oh, well, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you, Maria. But, I learned that at a young age, what I mean?
Gotta take care of the.
And then we do got to improve on our tipping, but,
Yeah.
that's everybody at the moment, though.
Yeah, because money is
Is tight, but my thing is, though, if you can't tip, you should get that shit to go.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad when it says, do you want to leave a tip?
No.
For what? I didn't.
Yeah, just pick the shit up.
Yeah, I picked it up. You did your regular fucking job.
Yeah, the cook got paid to cook this shit.
Just like Subway.
Yeah, I'm not tipping at Subway.
The fuck for?
I don't like. They be having the little cups at the liquor store. Why am I leaving a tip for you? Now I throw my change in there.
Yeah.
But still, like, my thing is, you ever been at the motherfucking liquor store and the person looked at you like you was supposed to throw your change in there?
Nah, I ain't never. Nah,
Nigga.
I don't get the guilty stare.
I'll take this whole cup. I'll take this whole motherfucking cup. Nigga, fucking with me.
Like last week when we went, I got that lady my tip. I mean, the rest of my change and stuff. I had, it was like $2 and some change. I was like, here,
Throw it in the cup,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have a good night anyway. So,
Speaking of, we talking about restaurants. I wish I remember Buddy's name, man. You know, Red Lobster was about to go under.
and the black dude,
The black dude took it over.
yeah,
He
changed
bringing,
some shit.
he bringing them out the.
He bringing them back.
He bringing them back. He switched some shit up. He got seafood boils on the menu and everything.
Yeah,
He got new drinks, margarita
New drink.
flight, seafood boils.
and it's looking good. But I hope he's not a part of shrinkflation. You know that? You heard that?
What's that?
Shrinkflation is okay. You sell you no, that's a bad example. Candy bar.
Okay.
Let's say a candy bar is supposed to be theoretically 8 ounces or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, same price stays, but the candy bar shrinks.
Like bags of chips.
There you go. So like now instead of
You put more air in them motherfuckers.
you paying more for less. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, basically. And it's like a subtle less,
Yeah.
but it's shrinking.
I've been watching a couple of people do reviews on. They said that it was like $48 for some drinks and a seafood boil, and it looked a little smaller than like the one you get like juicy crab and all that. But it was a decent size,
Right.
And it looked all right. Nobody was mad at it.
No, ain't nobody mad at it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, is he part of that too? Because that's a heavy chain right there.
Yeah, he revamped the menu with seafood boil bags and $5 drinks.
That's what's up.
That's his name. Demalio. No, I ain't gonna try it. Nigga, look at this nigga name.
Demola Adamolakan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him.
AD. No, DA.
Yeah, DA. That's what we're
District
talking
Attorney.
Red Lobster is no longer in bankruptcy.
Good. And you know what? They are appearing back more on Uber Eats.
Yeah, he done brought him back in the game.
They bring him back. That's what's up, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to. Said I was watching the one thing. They said they had two different crab rolls, and one of them had lobster tails in it.
Oh
A
shit.
couple of lobster tails. It looked alright.
Prices went up though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I understand, but prices did go up.
But he dropped the price on the drinks though,
Yeah.
because the lady had a margarita flight, and it was like they had like 4 different margaritas on the wood thing, and they just brought all 4 of them out. It was like $20.
That's dope.
Yeah, she was like, I ain't mad at this at all.
He introduced that salsa.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
using that salsa.
Put that salsa in there. That salsa saved the day.
Yes, it does.
That's what that shit designed for, man. I used to drink that shit out the bottle like a goddamn hooligan. But that's what that shit's designed for. Bro, if I'm somewhere we gonna be making drinks, I'm not about to be making drinks with Top Shelf Tequila.
Yeah.
You pour a lot in there when you're making drinks, bro. We using,
Salsa.
give me that well.
Yeah.
Give me that well tequila. Give me that bullshit. That's like when Bennigan's, before they closed down, they used to have 50-cent wings and $2 you call it's on Sundays. You just go in there and watch football, eat wings, and get fucked up. Again, that would be that tequila, because I'd always get the tequila and damn, I forgot my drink.
Uh-oh.
Damn, I forgot my drink. Tequila and 7-Up or some shit like that. And nigga, that bottle of tequila down there didn't have a name on it. That shit was so bottom shelf. But whatever.
See, I learned about salsa from working at Chi Chi's.
Yeah.
I was just like, I wasn't drinking back then, but I used to bar back a lot. And I used to watch them make drinks and stuff. I'm like, salsa. Okay, I'm going to have to keep that in mind. I thought it was top shelf. The way they used it so much.
Bottom of the bottom.
But it's good, though.
I think a fifth of salsa at the L is like $12.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I used to drink it all the time.
I drank it for 1 week. I was trying to quit smoking for a week. And I needed something to replace it. And I knew I liked tequila. So I got a bottle of salsa and a big thing of Donald Duck orange juice.
Bro, if Dan was here, if Chips was here, bro, when I had my apartment over on Fort Bend, I used to get off work at like 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
I think he got off work at midnight.
Okay.
And he was working at Long John Silver's back there. I'll never forget.
Oh, I remember that.
Because he would go home, take a long ass shower, get that goddamn smell off of him. By the time he got done, he just head over to my house because I'd be coming in from work.
Right.
And I used to keep 4-5 of that shit in the spice cabinet like it was goddamn seasoning salt. Nigga, he come in like, nigga, I'm like, nigga, grab a bottle. And we sit down and drink 1-2 of that shit almost every night. Nigga, yeah. Finally, one day, like, we stopped. And you know how sometimes, well, you know how it go. Like, when you eating, like, knockoff food and shit, you don't know how bad that shit is until...
You have something better.
Yeah.
And when you have something like some Hornitos or something like that.
Yeah.
Woo.
I got some El Jimador, which isn't too much better, but it's
about
better.
that one.
And nigga, that shit. So that's what I went to next. Then after that, goddamn it, I started getting more towards the high ends, because then I think I might have been 25. So you can drink 25, 26. You can drink bullshit at that age.
Yeah.
Nigga, you get into your 30s, and I'm in my 40s now. In my 30s, you drink that bullshit, you start getting acid reflux
hangovers,
heartburn, hangovers. Nigga, ain't nothing worse than being a full blown adult with like a real life and hangovers. I got all these kids and shit, nigga. So I'm waking up with hangovers. The kids need food and breakfast and go to school, and I'm trying to be a responsible adult, nigga, with a salsa hangover.
I can only imagine.
Nigga,
I never got that deep.
Nigga,
I just know I had to get off the vodka train.
And they used, yeah.
I had to.
Well, you know why I don't drink vodka no more?
Why?
For years, I thought I was a violent drunk.
There's a vodka.
It's the vodka.
It's the different,
Bro, I drink
different potion.
I drink some vodka right now, bro. I go outside and whoop a car like this is like it's Tekken.
Oh, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. I go outside and beat a car like a Street Fighter, nigga. We get to drinking vodka, bro. Tie your shoes up tight. It's about to be a crazy evening.
Casper got on boots.
Yeah. No bullshit. And for years, I thought I was just a violent drunk.
It's
Then
vodka.
one night, fucking with my nigga BK, we was drinking gin and juice, Tangerine orange juice.
Yeah, that's good though.
Yeah,
I might get one this weekend.
Tangerine orange juice, and all I wanted to do was go find some coochie on that. I was like, oh, cause nigga on the vodka.
The vodka does make.
I didn't give a fuck about wanting to. I ain't want to. I ain't want to fuck nothing. I want to fuck shit up.
What's Everclear? That's vodka, right?
It's gasoline. I don't know what Everclear is.
I think it's vodka though.
It might be.
But I've seen a lot of times, like I seen my cousin jump out the window, and then Steve Anderson kick a nigga.
Yep.
On some vodka. So yeah,
Then
I kind of believe you. Matter of fact, I seen a nigga pull out a samurai sword in front of some chicks' doors because they said that we was cheating at spades off vodka.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not lying. It's a real fucking samurai sword.
Bro, all them stories when I used to be fucking niggas up at the junction and all that shit, nigga.
Yeah.
Vodka. Drank that gin and juice that night with my mans.
It changed the
Was
whole
like,
world.
reverted back and started drinking Saveka vodka. Whooping motherfuckers left and right. Fucking shit up.
That was the one 2 for $5?
No, that was UV.
Okay. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's still 2 for
Sveka
$5.
was.
Saveka had the SV. It was like a. It was.
You know, I'm thinking about Sky.
Sky, you think about Sky vodka.
Sky. I'm thinking about
Nigga.
Sky vodka.
So then I got off of that shit, and I got back on. I started fucking with the gin, but the gin, I was a player, but it would give me like a crazy hangover. Then I ain't gonna front. That Usher's Confessions album came out, and Usher said on that motherfucker, some bottle of Patron is gonna be on. I said, well, what the hell is Patron?
Tequila.
Nigga, I went in that motherfucker, asked for some Patron. That shit was expensive.
Yes, it is.
But I drank that shit, and I fell in love. I said, oh, I done found it. I done found my drink.
It is pretty good.
I drank so much Patron, nigga. I can drink Patron right now. It don't do nothing to me.
When you first get like a shot of Patron, it has a weird what should I say, like an earwaxy flavor.
Yeah.
Like it just coats like weird in your mouth. You know what I mean? But after you get used to it, man, that shit is good.
Speaking about tequila, you see that motherfucking class action suit going on?
Against
Don Julio and Casamigo?
yeah, because they was mixing it.
It's not real tequila.
Yeah, I know. They was mixing it with vodka too, but
What it is that, and what it is the
Agave.
process of making it. It's not real agave.
Yeah.
And see, the thing is, a lot of lower end tequilas aren't real agave.
right.
Your Jose Cuervo's and El Jimador Salsa and all that, but they don't claim to be. So they don't charge like they are.
Because you'll never see agave on their title. Does that one have it?
I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, 100% purity of agave.
See?
Yeah. See, but like them other ones, they don't claim to be.
They don't.
But see, these motherfuckers is, and man, I tasted the difference in Casamigo when they did it. Because Casamigo, was originally founded by George Clooney and them. It was George Clooney, the actor.
Yeah.
Him and like 3 of his homeboys.
I thought for some reason I think of George Lopez. I don't know why.
George Clooney. For some, and I ain't gonna front. Doughboy, he the one that put me on it, bro. And this was 2013.
Right.
Nigga, that shit tasted like water. It was so fucking fire. And a few years back, before it blew up real big, George Clooney and them sold it to that company for like $800-900 million. And that's when you start seeing all the real big like advertisement push for it, and everybody start drinking it.
Right.
But I could taste when they changed it, because I had been drinking it for like 3 years before when George Clooney and them was the ones making it. And they was using the real shit.
Right.
I was telling somebody the other day that I had been drinking that shit for that long, and they was like, "Hey, man, ain't no way, it just came out, blah blah blah." I said, "Man, give me a second, because I don't delete shit." I went to my Instagram and went down to a picture from like February 2013 of me holding a bottle of Casamigo.
Yeah, it came out a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
They knew. Nah, it ain't new. Not like Duce.
Yeah,
That's starting to get aged too.
that's Jay-Z shit. Or was, until it fell out with that company.
What was Diddy shit?
De
De
Leon.
Leon, there we go.
Hurt my spirit. That was my favorite. I can't drink Diddy juice now.
Oh, you should have said pause after that one.
Pause, super pause. I had stopped.
Like you have been previously drinking Diddy juice.
Well, that's what it was. But I had quit drinking it too, because he had fell out. He had fell out with the company before he got in all this mess.
I thought he had handed it over to those women.
Well, they were in charge of it, but he had fell out with the big umbrella company.
Okay.
The same way Jay-Z
I
fell
got
out
you.
with them with the
I
Duce.
see what you're saying. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
and they had changed some shit up in it, because I used to drink it. It's 8-9 years ago, bro. I was drinking it. Well, about 7-8 years ago, I was drinking that shit every day. And then I could taste the change in it, bro. You know, you drink something so much,
You take the change.
you can taste the change.
That's why I don't like Hawaiian Punch anymore.
That shit tastes dry now.
Dry and just don't taste like fruit at all.
Yeah.
It's like some Kool-Aid. It's like those like what you put in here.
Yeah, like the powder.
The powder. There you go. Thank you. It's like the little
Yep.
Kool-Aid
I
powder.
used
It
to
tastes
buy the
like.
big jugs for my kids all the time. And as they got a little bit older, one day they was like, "Dad, you mind if we don't get Hawaiian Punch?" And like, I don't drink a bunch of juice, so I
Right.
wasn't paying no attention to it. And my daughter was like, "It always tastes hot, no matter how long it's been in the fridge."
I never thought about that, but that's true.
And I said, "What?"
Even
so,
with ice.
So I drank a glass. I said, "This shit do taste room temp, nigga."
It would never take on the coolness of the refrigerator. They should use that as a Stanley.
Man, nah, this is a fact. Should we talk about Diddy juice? You might as well run into.
What did he do now?
I wasn't. I was loosely following this trial, but this is the feds dropped kidnapping, arson, and sex trafficking aiding charges in Combs' case
Okay.
as the trial focus narrows. In a major shift in the federal case against the defendant, the United States versus Combs, prosecutors have officially dropped the 3 charges: attempted kidnapping, attempted arson, and aiding and abetting sex trafficking. The U.S. Attorney's Office filed a letter to the judge on June 24th stating that they would no longer pursue those theories of liability, focusing instead on the more central and complex charges tied to sex trafficking and forced labor. The charges that remain are still heavy. According to the government, the streamlined approach is meant to simplify the jury's role and cut down confusion. But the feds also made it clear they want no misunderstandings when it comes to the law behind the remaining allegations. The law is still standing. At the center of the case are the multiple women, including Cassie, Jane Doe, prosecutors say, were trafficked and forced into labor despite the appearance of consent or payment. Some, like Jane Doe, were allegedly locked in love contracts where the defendant paid $10,000 a month in rent. Others, like Mia and Capricorn, were employed at the defendant's company while enduring coercive violent treatment. Prosecutors argue that these situations amount to sex trafficking and forced labor, and they want the jury to understand 5 things very clearly. Consent doesn't mean... What the hell? What the hell? Consent doesn't mean erase, even if the victim initially... Consent doesn't mean... that even if the victim initially agreed that they had to keep doing it. Basically, that's what they're saying. And getting paid doesn't mean it was voluntary. Compensation like rent, gifts, and salaries doesn't rule out trafficking or forced labor. You don't need to be physically trapped, the government says, blah blah blah. We know what they're saying. I'm thinking, man, this ain't a hot take because I put it on here before. Man, Diddy not gonna get what people think Diddy gonna get, man.
Nah, what they gonna get is the majority of his money.
Yeah, they're not about to.
He just make it right back.
They're not about to life sentence Diddy, man.
Nah, man, he ain't do nothing that bad. One thing I've been hearing about bad is him, the little shit with him and Cassie.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, everybody is an adult. That's all that I'm concerned about. There's no kids being brought into this.
Listen, man.
Adults can do whatever the hell they want to do. They just nasty.
When they was digging up everything, because for like the first little bit after they locked him up, they was trying to say there was kids involved.
Yeah, I know.
And when they ruled that out, bro, I kind of took the rest of that shit off the table, man. Y'all are grown as hell.
Why do you think I changed that? I figured out because I was like, okay, let's hear what's going to happen. Everybody's got something to say at first, and I'm like, well, let's hear what's going to happen. And then you hear about it's just nothing but adults.
Yeah.
Like y'all going after him just for being nasty?
For being nasty to the motherfucker.
I mean, what if he didn't have no lube? Then what would y'all say?
Yeah.
He was using spit? I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? What?
And while I do agree, like, power dynamics and hanging people's jobs over their head and all that shit is wrong, I don't think it's life in prison wrong, because when it's all said and done, I got the choice to say fuck this job. I just got to figure shit out.
Yeah, you didn't have to stay. And be loyal. Just like at the parties, you didn't have to stay.
Yep.
What do you say? Once the devil shows up, it's time to go.
When I saw that video of what he told everybody at that one party, I said, man, I'm not like gonna get on that man too bad. He told that one motherfucker, he said, hey, next couple songs, it's time to get the children up out of here. Because after 11 o'clock, this turns into something children shouldn't be at.
Yeah.
He said, and if you don't want to be at that, you should leave with the children. Nigga, that sounds like to me.
That's the go ahead.
But in the gist I got from a lot of other like famous motherfuckers was like, nigga, I would leave when that announcement was made, nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, see you later, Diddy.
Have a good day.
Before you get all
lubed up.
Lubed up and nutted on. Here we go. I just want to see why you clean, my niggas. All right, you have a good one. You know what I'm saying? Holla at you.
Yeah.
Take that.
Take that. Can't stop, won't stop.
I forgot about that one.
Can't stop, won't stop. Take that. But I say, like I said, like a lot of the shit he did was wrong. It was wrong. But it's not life in jail wrong.
Now the Kid Cudi shit was.
Blowing his car up.
That too, but nigga, how you gonna open a nigga's Christmas present?
He had locked his dog in the closet.
I didn't know that one. But yeah, how you open a nigga Christmas presents and blow a nigga car up and then you still lock the dog in the closet? That's fucked up. At least he didn't hurt the dog.
Yeah, he just locked him in the closet.
He didn't John Wick the motherfucker.
He locked that nigga dog in the closet and opened up that nigga Christmas gifts. And whenever the nigga Kid Cudi told the nigga, he had told him on some shit like, nigga, you can pull up over here if you want to. Some nigga said, Diddy told him, I've already been there. Nigga went in there and looked. Nigga, the gifts was open. The dog was in the closet. Nigga.
That's some ninja shit. You open the nigga presents.
Bro, I told you, man. I knew years back, man. And I'll tell this story every time motherfucker listen to me. Years back, I knew Diddy wasn't the sucker niggas tried to point him out to be. When the Locks was trying to get out of their contract, they was on Hot 97. He was on the radio talking crazy, and the nigga called up there, and they put him on live while them niggas was doing the interview.
Yeah. And
that nigga was like, "Hey man, you better shut the fuck up talking to me like that, man. For you come out your apartment and nigga throw a refrigerator on you." And two of them niggas' face got real. You know how like, all right.
Seen a ghost.
You've been around kids who done got whoopings and kids that ain't got whoopings.
Yep.
The kids that done got whoopings, when you tell, hey, sit down, I'm gonna bust your ass. The kid that ain't never had a whooping don't know what that feel like.
Nope.
They just run around. So like two of them niggas, I could see two of them I could see in their face that they knew that wasn't a game. I don't know what they seen before, I don't know what they've heard about. The other nigga was still going strong, but the two other niggas was like. I said that nigga Diddy is who we thought Suge Knight was.
Exactly.
He'd be alright though, but yeah, I think,
or he who Suge Knight wanted to be.
yeah, I think he gonna get like some time served or some real.
Yeah, he gonna get some type of time, but I don't think it should be life.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, he been in
Ain't
there.
that bad.
He been in there dinner 2 years, ain't he, or a year? Or?
It's been about a year. Because remember, he was they thought he was trying to escape when he was on them.
Nigga, he just sent the planes. He wasn't even on the planes.
Nope. What was that, like in November?
Might have been. Yeah, might have been.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah,
and everybody talking about that shit.
Nigga just sent the planes off. So, man.
Yeah, Diddy, boy. He's a motherfucker crazy. You know what I'm saying?
He be alright.
Yeah. I got these emotional, I call it emotional, what you call it? Emotional health.
Emotional health?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the sucker niggas?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because, we got mental health.
Yeah.
And now we need to focus on emotional health.
Emotional health.
And I mean, that could apply for everybody, but mostly these brothers out here, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like all across the board, because it's a lot of dudes that are like this.
And we not, before anybody say anything crazy, we not talking about having emotional intelligence and all that, because, I mean, it's okay to be in touch with your emotions. We talking about lashing out when your feelings is hurt.
There you go. That's a conditioning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because emotional intelligence is being able to convey what you're feeling at that moment,
and then I don't want
in a good way.
Yes, and I don't want somebody to say that that's a mental health issue. No, it's not.
Yeah, no.
It's a conditioning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should be able, as a man, to take rejection and walk away from it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to pressure somebody, or somebody shouldn't be scared enough to give you any type of number.
Yeah.
Because even with that, would that make it worse?
You give them the wrong number.
That's what I'm saying. You give them the wrong number, but what's the likelihood y'all cross paths again?
Well, that's just
you see what I'm saying?
Well, what we talking about right now is a conversation me and PM had off mic.
My bad, I didn't mean to be vague on that.
Let me bring y'all into the fold. Where I was telling him that I know, because where this story stems from is niggas lashing out when somebody tells them no.
Right.
In any way, shape, form, or fashion, whether it be verbal, physical. It's been stories that we've talked about on here where niggas done killed women.
Kill women, yeah. Stalk them down and kill them. They don't want nobody else to have them.
So I know a few women that I talked to in my life a lot that have told me that when niggas try to holler at them, they just give them the number.
A number.
And that's the other one that I hear a lot too. They'll give them the Instagram.
Okay.
And then when the nigga follow them, they'll block them.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you actually gave them, that's a contact to you.
Yeah.
And then you say, well, I didn't like what you were doing. So, but if you gave them the wrong number,
yeah,
and then you cross paths again.
And he said the reason they do that is because it's just a lot easier to let a nigga think he won than to deal with
the consequences of that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of dudes, fuck you then, bitch. Dirty asshole. You think you look like something? It's always something.
Yeah.
It's always a remark. You know what I'm saying? Especially when like these pop the balloons.
It was a video like that the other day where and granted, baby girl was really rude, but she didn't start off rude.
Okay.
So when I was watching the video, I was actually concerned for her well-being because she got on Buddy ass real bad because he wouldn't stop, so she eventually tore into him. But like, it started off with her sitting there, him walking up, and he walked up and was just kind of looking at her on some weird shit, and she was like, what's up? What you looking at? He was like, I'm looking at you, boom, 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 and he tried to shoot a shot, and she was like, real, like on some polite shit, she was like, no, thank you, something, and Buddy just wouldn't stop. And eventually she got like super rude, which I can't knock her. I'm not knocking her for being rude. I was just, because she didn't start off rude. So if he'd have just took the answer and went on about his business, she wouldn't have got on his ass. But I was worried about how rude she got. I'm like, man, this nigga might beat you the fuck up, man. Like You done hurt this nigga feelings.
And that too on the opposite end. That just made me think about that on the opposite end. I seen a video where, what did she do? I don't know if the dude was trying to holler at her or whatever he was doing was upsetting her.
Yeah.
Now he's trying to walk away from the situation, and she just keeps antagonizing him.
Oh no.
And then it led to he said something because he got tired of being antagonized, and then she just tries to punch him and throw shit on him.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying? And then, but she gets mad because he took that.
Yeah.
He tried to get away, and she's coming back with more, trying with physical altercations, and he lashed out and hit her. You know what I'm saying? Or pushed her down, whatever one was. But then she gets up. Oh, you just put your hand. What was you just doing?
Bruh. That for the life of me, I've never understood women that try to fight men. Cause you just completely banking on this nigga's ability to restrain himself.
Exactly. It's like, how long do you restrain before you need to say, hey, stop it?
And motherfuckers just sit around and watch that shit happen, bro.
Yes,
like,
they will.
Like it's funny and cute until you bap her. But
As soon as you do.
But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about you weird ass niggas and not being able to take no for an answer, man, or understand that everybody ain't.
You ain't everybody's type.
Yeah, bro.
Everybody has a preference.
Man, listen, bro. As many women that I've been able to get my hands on that were fond of light-skinned niggas, I stumbled across just as many that did not like light-skinned niggas.
Oh, but of course.
And told me all the time.
Yeah.
And that's your preference.
And I can't do nothing about that.
I ain't never, oh, you raggedy bitch, you ain't look like nothing, no way. Yes, clearly you do. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you. So now I look crazy.
Because I tried to talk to you, now I'm mad because you didn't like what I had to say or offer, and you made me embarrassed in front of my people. Because he probably did it in front of somebody.
Yeah, bottom line, niggas, tighten up.
Nah, everybody need to
tighten up. Grab your nuts. Realize you got a set of them. And act like it.
And realize that it's an emotion that's triggering you, and not and think rationally.
Would that be nigga? That's an epidemic we dealing with right now. Anyways, that's why all these niggas is killing each other left and right.
Yeah,
these niggas is emotional as hell.
That's why I'm saying emotional health, because we need that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't even get mad if they was just fighting each other. They was just throwing fists.
Yeah,
and that's it. But no, y'all straight killing each other, then crying because you got to go to jail.
As I said, niggas need to practice emotional intelligence, man.
Just like what's happening with Buddy, but that's a whole different situation too. That's not. Is that would that be a part of the emotion?
Which one?
Carmelo Anthony.
I don't think so.
Because
how they trying to get on? Wasn't they trying to jump him?
But not at the function. Not at the.
Oh, they had tried to jump him prior.
Yeah, they had tried to jump him prior, but not at that particular time. No.
That's
why
it's
been turned.
Okay.
Because they're like, yo, that wasn't even happening.
I didn't dig deep enough into it. I thought they were trying to jump him right then.
Mm-mm.
Oh, so it
that had happened prior.
Well, that can be emotion or fear.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we all know the rules. I'm gonna get you before you get me.
Yeah, but of course. But that's I can't speak on.
Yeah, I can't speak on the details because I wasn't there. That's why I said it could have been an emotional reaction,
right?
Or which fear is an emotion, but it could have been fear. It could have been
the fight or flight.
Fight or flight. Because if last time I saw y'all tried to whoop my ass, what would make me think today would be any different?
And so, like, all these people have donated this money to this young man. You know what I mean? Is that right now that we know that the story has turned? Because now he's getting indicted on murder.
He's getting indicted on murder. I don't know, man.
Everybody keeps talking about his lawyer. I'm like, quit talking about his lawyer. His lawyer's getting paid to do what the fuck he needs to do.
Man, you know how it go, man. 3 seconds can cost you your entire life.
That's true.
We all know a scenario or know somebody who made a tragic. As I said, man, what we really need to think about is emotional intelligence, man.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence is because we all have emotions, Emotional intelligence is being able to convey your emotions in a way that ain't gonna cause detriment to yourself or motherfuckers
Or
around
others,
you.
yeah.
And I ain't talking before anybody get on me. I'm not talking about bottling it up until you lose your shit like niggas been doing for years.
Nah.
Figure out a way to let that shit ride. Let it out.
Find somebody that you can confide into.
Mm-hmm.
I do a lot of emotional checks.
Yeah.
I'll call a motherfucker in a minute. Especially I know that somebody's gonna give it to me raw.
Yeah.
Don't call no yes man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Call somebody who's gonna tell it to you raw, and you was wrong or you was right, but this is what's going on. And
A lot of times mine is Buster. And I think I'm his too.
I
Because
understand.
we'll sit in this motherfucker and run scenarios and go back and forth with each other about certain shit.
Yeah.
And like when I talk to him, I can tell him about himself and he can tell me about myself without me being like, fuck you, nigga. And,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He used to say it all the time. He'd be like, cause he did all that time in the joint. He'd be like, bro, I think if I was out, man, I think you'd have probably maneuvered a little different, man. He said, I ain't saying that you would have did anything different. I'm just thinking I probably could have gotten your ear a little bit better than everybody else could have. I said, you might be right.
Right.
Cause nigga, I was full steam ahead on my own train. You understand?
Understood. Oh yeah, I remember them days.
Yeah. He was like, bro, I think I could have kind of reeled it back a little bit. Maybe I think you'd listen to me. I'm like, you might be right.
Nah, that's the truth.
Tighten up and get y'all shit together, man.
Yeah, everybody.
You know who did get that shit together?
Who that?
OKC.
Yes, they did. Congratulations
Shout
to
out to
them.
OKC, man.
NBA champions in 2025.
Yeah, buddy going into the Hall of Fame. Off top.
What's his
Shea
name?
Gildress Alexander.
How you say it?
Shea Gildress Alexander.
Gildress. That's the part I was looking for.
Yeah.
I know the Shea part.
He going into the Hall of Fame just off of if he stopped right now. Important call.
Nah. Okay. I was making sure.
If he stopped right now, bro, he got the scoring title, the MVP, regular season MVP, championship, and finals MVP, all in the same year.
Damn.
Yeah.
He's foreign?
He's from Canada.
He's foreign.
Yep, he's from Canada.
Yeah, they always say that. That's one of the things they've been saying lately. That a lot of the foreigners been getting
They coming in and
the high high titles in the
well, because a
sports.
lot of them is playing. A lot of them is playing pure basketball as opposed to like AAU culture that we got going on right now, where niggas be full blown superstars before they get to the league. And
Yeah.
hey, that nigga daddy was on the thing, man. That nigga daddy necklace so hard. You know how I be wearing the chains with like deceased people pictures in them and shit.
Yeah.
His chain is it's his son's rookie card with diamonds and shit all around it.
Okay.
I said that's so hard.
His rookie card.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah. It's his son's rookie card with diamonds all around it.
That's different.
Yeah,
I ain't never seen that one.
me either. I said, oh, that's hard.
Huh.
Pops is killing it.
He just made his card go even more worth than value.
Yeah, Buddy did that with a one of them fucking Logan brothers did that with a fucking Pokemon card, raggedy bitch. It was like a Pokemon card that's worth like $1 million.
Yeah.
Like a one-on-one type shit.
He made it into
And he put it into a chain. He was like, nigga, this is my $1.5 million chain because it's like a $500,000 necklace
Right.
with the card in it.
That's dope.
Yeah. Raggedy bastard. But yeah, shout out to OKC.
Yeah, shout out to them, bro. And it was clean basketball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were some things that you seen from the
Yeah, I
refs,
mean, it was some
but
shit from the refs.
It was still clean basketball.
And I really, and this just ain't, because I ain't even no big Pacers fan, bro. I think the Pacers would have won if that shit hadn't happened to Halliburton. I
Probably
really
so.
do.
He had
I
the
really
synergy.
do.
He had the synergy, but there's a whole lot behind that I'm not going to go into.
Yeah, I really, really think.
All I got to do is say jersey 0, and that's it.
What's that?
Everybody with a 0 jersey ended up with a
Yeah.
Achilles strain.
Shit all the way back to Gilbert Arenas.
Yeah?
He tore his shit with a 0. Nigga, they trying to look into right now what's causing so many of these, because I think like 5 stars, including Halliburton, 5 or 6 stars went down this playoff.
Yeah.
With torn Achilles.
Torn Achilles. I can't say it.
Buddy from Boston.
Jason Tatum.
Yep. Damian Lillard.
Yep. They were talking about him. Who'd you just say?
Halliburton.
Not Halliburton. You said somebody after them.
Boston.
No, that was Jason Tatum.
Okay. Damian Lillard, Boston. I forgot who the fuck else
You
it
just
is.
said it. They know because they can rewind.
Yeah. It slipped my mind that quick. But they trying to figure out if it's the low top shoes that's causing the problems.
I was gonna say that.
And they saying that they don't think it is. I'm kind of in agreement. I was listening to Matt Barnes talk about it. I believe it was Matt Barnes, and he was saying that he thinks it's a direct reflection of kids not doing like multiple sports to develop like different muscles.
Yeah.
Cause like, when we was growing up, bro, you play football, basketball, baseball, and by the time you got to high school, a motherfucker might identify what you were best at.
Yeah. Well, you play whatever you felt.
Yeah. But you would play everything, so you develop different muscles. Kids is coming up in this AAU culture, and they're full-blown basketball superstars in like the 4th grade. And they're just playing basketball all motherfucking day long. And it's like anything else, bro. When you play, when you do something over and over and over again, that shit gonna break sooner or later.
Hell yeah. And all you doing is knocking the hit points off.
Yeah. But yeah, that man, I watched the slow-mo of that nigga Halliburton when it happened. Bro, you can see that shit pop.
I've seen it.
I said, oh.
I seen it when it first happened. I said, oh, what was that? Mm-hmm. And everybody like, well, he just went down. I said, nah, something happened to his leg.
Yeah, because everybody was like, it's the calf strain. I was like, nah, nigga, that's Achilles.
He went back and said, bah! And you can see it traveling up his calf.
The wild part is I'm waiting to see what this next NBA season is going to look like, because none of them niggas we just named is going to play next season.
Right.
That's a one season down.
Because they get some really good stem cells.
But they still not going to come back for real.
Nah.
That's a one season down process.
Yeah, it's going to take a minute.
Yeah. And then it's a few niggas that came back and was still good. But nigga, a lot of the times that is so
it's over.
Well, nowadays with the new modern technology and shit, it's a little bit different. But before, that was damn near a career ender.
Is that what took out Kobe?
Kobe came back and played.
Okay.
But Kobe did get fucked up.
How long was he out?
He was out of season.
Okay.
Kobe went over there and Kobe was I don't know if everybody be talking about, but Kobe was going over there getting them going over to like Germany and getting the stem cell shit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And bounced his ass all the way back. And who else had they shit pop this year? Because it was a whole bunch of niggas. Oh, Kyrie. Kyrie Irving. His shit popped. And somebody else. Yeah.
It hurts just touching.
Yeah, somebody else. Somebody else.
Just grab your Achilles and pinch it real hard. That hurts.
You know what
Imagine getting hung from there. That's what they did to Achilles.
I know. That's why it's called that.
That's why it's called that.
Speaking of basketball, might as well go into that. Did you hear the Lakers just got sold?
To who?
The nigga that owns the Dodgers, that owns the LA Dodgers.
That's right. I heard about that, but I forgot what it was. What else was in it?
$10 billion.
Okay.
They got sold for $10 billion from the Bus family. But the Bus family still retains like 15% of the franchise.
15?
Yeah.
Okay, sound like 50.
15.
Okay.
After getting $10 billion. And then Jeannie, who is Dr. Bus's daughter, the one who's been running the team, she's still gonna stay on as in some like corporate fashion.
Okay.
But the Bus family has sold majority of their ownership of the Lakers to Mark Wader, who also has ownership of the Dodgers. Jeannie Buss will remain acting owner, like in the building. Yeah. She'll continue to govern over the franchise once the sale is finalized.
Damn.
Yeah. Nigga, that's a lot of fucking money, nigga.
10 billion.
Yeah. I wonder how much Bron need to get a old cut of that,
Dr. Evil only wanted one.
Because 5 years ago, who did?
Dr. Evil.
Oh,
One.
No, he only wanted $1 million.
At first.
Yeah, then
he
he
went
wanted
to
$1
the
billion.
billion.
Because like 5 years ago, the Lakers was evaluated at $5 billion. And then they won that championship in the bubble and did a couple things, nigga. They should have $10 billion, nigga.
I mean, who's this man with $10 billion?
He owns the Dodgers. They made a bunch of motherfucking money. He
They upped all the concessions.
Cause he got that shit from cause Magic Johnson and his people own that shit on the Dodgers, and they own I think the football team now.
Is Magic still own a part of Starbucks?
No, he Magic sold all his stake in Starbucks when they did the deal to buy the Dodgers.
Okay.
And then Magic got rid of the Dodgers when it looked like they was able to pull off the shit and get to the football team. Cause I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Magic Johnson owns a large piece of the ones that keep changing their name.
What you mean?
The Redskins.
Oh,
Football
Commanders.
team. Commanders.
The Commanders.
Yeah. If I'm mistaken, I think
he
Magic
does.
Yeah, him and his like 3 other people.
And now they're asking to change the name back to the Redskins.
I think they're gonna change it back.
Good. Because where was it wasn't like it was Engines. And the Cleveland Indians need to go back to the Indians instead of the Guardians or whatever the hell they are.
Yeah. Magic Johnson's part owner of the Commanders. He's part of an ownership group led by Josh Harris that purchased the team in 2023.
Yeah, I remember what he was talking about that.
Yeah. Magic owns like 10% of the team, which is a lot of fucking money. That don't sound like a whole bunch because it's 10%, but nigga having 1% of a
billion.
You think about it like this: if you owned 1% of the Lakers right now, if it just sold for $10 billion,
ooh,
yeah,
pretty penny.
Mm-hmm.
That is a pretty penny.
Yeah, you gonna get $100 million,
yeah,
or some shit like that.
It's either 100. Yeah, it gotta be.
Yeah, that's 1%.
1%. Yeah.
So if you own 10, nigga,
just give me the 1%. I'll be happy.
Talked about Diddy. Yeah, California. I don't think I'll bring that shit here.
What?
California has a new no-touch phone law that is in effect as of now.
Talking about in your car?
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be here too. It's effective July 1st.
Holding your phone for any reason while driving is illegal.
So ours is supposed to be
hands-free, like no texting and driving.
No, ours is supposed to be 10 and 12. Well, not 10 and 2.
10 and 2.
Yeah, it's supposed to have you're supposed to have both hands.
Well,
that's not gonna happen.
They can eat several dicks.
They can.
Yeah.
I tried it and it's not gonna work. Only time it works is when you're sleepy and on a long ass road trip.
Right now it's $170 for your first offense and $300 for any offense after that, and then it's gonna get worse.
I mean, I kind of understand it. It's needed. I like that.
Yeah, because motherfuckers be on the road doing goofy shit.
Doing stupid shit. Stupid
Yeah.
shit. And I'm starting to hate coming to the east side.
Nigga, I live over here. I hate it.
Every time I come, it seems like they just be like, Paul's coming and send out the slow driver.
Bro, listen, it's not you. Listen. So you know where we at.
I know what it is, but
bro, until from here going that way, it don't clear up to 21st Street.
Okay.
Going that way, it don't clear up to Franklin. and going that way, it don't clear up to Penland Pike.
You're right, because it started at Franklin when I got
Yeah, bro. As soon as you get within that realm, bro, that's where they at. And we ain't got to talk about who they are.
Because we know who they are.
Nah, matter of fact, we going to talk about who they are because I got a whole motherfucking story.
Do
I
it.
tried to beat a motherfucking one of them niggas up at the gym today.
Oh. Of which ethnicity?
An African.
Was he African or Haitian?
He was African.
Okay.
Because he said some African shit, and them Haitians speak French, right?
They all speak French. They speak Creole. So it's like it's for French and they love.
Okay, so what the Africans speak?
They speak whatever the fuck. They speak whatever.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't French.
Oh, okay.
Because we be in the gym and there's some Haitians in there and the
They be
Africans.
having like 7, 8 languages.
Yeah. So we working out. And it's the end of the workout. So we going to do flies. It's like 6 of us. We're all on one fly machine, so everybody waiting their turn. So what we usually do is find whatever piece of equipment is around the flies and sit down because it's the end of the workout, so niggas is tired.
Sounds funny you described it like that.
What?
Piece of equipment around the flies, and then you're about to talk about somebody.
Stupid. so this is what happens. I sit down at the little machine that's supposed to be a bicep machine, but I'm just sitting there waiting for my turn. Now, I didn't see it was a bottle of water sitting in front of it. Now, what that means most of the time at the gym, if you got up from doing your set and you going to get some water or something, you leave something there, your phone, your bag, your water. I didn't see it. So I sat down, and next to me, it was an African nigga on another bicep machine, and then there was a nigga standing up talking to him. So the nigga standing up talking to him looked at me and pointed down at the bottle of water. I said, "Oh, you still got some sets?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "My bad." And I went to stand up. The nigga sitting at the other machine said some spicy shit in some African language. Nigga, and mugged me while he was saying it.
Oh, yeah.
I said, "Bitch, I'll beat you up, nigga." That nigga said, he looking at me all crazy. I said, "Nigga, I know you know what the fuck I'm saying to you." And I said, "As a matter of fact," and I pointed to the other one, I said, "Fuck your set, hoe ass nigga." And I sat back down. And I kicked this bottle of water across the gym. And then he sit there looking all stupid. And then one of them came over that speaks
English.
both. And no, he did not. Nah, he meant that shit. I said, "Tell him I'll fuck him up." And I looked around him, nigga, "I know you understand me, you hoe ass nigga." And he sitting there looking all stupid and put his head. "Cause what the fuck is wrong with you?"
They just think they can talk off at the mouth and ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
Yeah, bro, me and this man.
It's in a different language.
It's a me and this man have already. I honestly didn't know he had another set.
Yeah.
When he told me he had another set, oh, my bad.
Right.
And I was getting up. This nigga, and he like pointed at the bottle of water and he said the shit and was mugging me to say, "Nigga, I'll beat you up, nigga. You wanna fight in this gym? Fuck this gym membership, nigga. My first go-to is violence."
That's just funny.
And that's how I know the OG Rick got some built up tension. Cause I looked behind me, nigga, and Rick was right behind me with the square up. I said, "Calm down, Rick." Rick got some tension. He
Yeah,
got
they're
some,
looking like the Juggernaut and Thanos.
yeah. I didn't even realize Rick had heard the conversation.
Right.
Because in reality, like the fly machine was a little ways away.
Right.
And I mean, I know my voice carry, but this is the gym. It's loud. So, and this was like me just cussing dude the fuck out. I look behind me, nigga, Rick right there, like, nigga. I said, "Oh, shit." I said, "Calm down, Rick." He said, "We good?" Then Rick mugged them niggas for like 10 more minutes. He just stood there and watched the niggas till they left. I said, "Rick, you good?" He's like, "Nah, man. Motherfucker might try and do some old sneaky shit when we ain't paying attention."
You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna bring in 100 of them to fight y'all.
They gonna have to.
They're gonna treat y'all like the gorillas.
They gonna have to. They gonna have to.
You get him from the front, I get him from the rear.
Man,
I will
that shit-
get him.
But that shit pissed me off so motherfucking
We
bad,
shall
man.
capture these American niggas.
That shit pissed me off so bad, bro. Because he said that shit, man. Like he said this shit, you can tell.
You can tell.
Because you can tell the tone.
And then when
And he was
looking at
mugging
you.
me, and he was
Yeah.
pointing at the Nigga,
I'm surprised you didn't hit him.
Bruh, nigga, I'll beat you up in here. The way he turned his head and shit, he got so docile, nigga, the nigga head. I said, this nigga, I think if he'd have had any confrontation in him,
Yeah.
I'd have rocked his shit.
Probably.
But like, he never even stood up.
Nah, he dumped it down.
He was still sitting down. So like, I'm standing up talking to the nigga, whole ass nigga, and he's never stood up. I said, this nigga don't want no smoke.
That's funny.
This nigga don't want no smoke. Then the other one, the one whose water bottle I kicked across the thing, he never took that dumbass smile off his face. He just
Oh yeah.
like, he didn't want no problems at
He
all.
didn't want none. He right when he cussed his friend out when he got home.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? These big niggas. No. This is America. You're not at home.
But I say, and I
gotta live here.
I was with the big nigga. I was with the big nigga crew today too, nigga, which is me. It's the big nigga crew is I'm like maybe the third biggest nigga in the crew.
Oh shit.
It's me, Rick, this nigga named Beasley, this nigga named Hamp. Hamp is like 6'8",
Oh shit.
6'8", 380, solid muscle, country bald head nigga with one gold tooth in the front. Like he firefighter ass nigga. Like he's a firefighter. Nigga, like he's
Ball rod.
Yeah. And then Big Mike, it was a fucking juggernaut. It's the big nigga. It's like 8 of us, like just giant big niggas.
Damn.
Yeah, these niggas said that crazy nigga. I'll beat him.
Y'all in there. Razorback.
Coverback. Man, that motherfucking man. And like I said, I don't even think them niggas heard the shit because Rick had to like kind of clue them in towards it because I was a little bit away from them. But Rick heard that shit. Rick was standing there ready to beat them motherfucking niggas up.
That's crazy. Let's see what we on. My knees is killing me.
I don't care about this. I got one more story and it's a follow up, man.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead and ruin both of our days remembering this.
Huh?
Remember the Atlanta couple whose child was decapitated during birth? Remember the doctor pulled the baby's head off?
Oh, yeah. How did he do that?
During birth, I don't know how, but
Yeah, okay.
pulled the baby. I think the baby got lodged and he pulled a little too much of the suction thing, and they just got awarded $2.5 million, which I don't think is enough.
No, not enough.
Georgia couple wins
that's what her coochie should have got.
Yeah,
$2.5
just that. The Georgia couple wins $2.5 million after baby was decapitated during delivery, and autopsy video was posted online. The Georgia couple is awarded blah 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 by a jury after the tragic childbirth turned into an unthinkable legal nightmare. Jessica Rose went into labor with her first child on July 10th, 2023. After hours in the delivery room, the baby reportedly became stuck behind the pelvic bone. What followed was every parent's worst fear. According to court documents, an obstetrician used such extreme force trying to deliver the baby that the newborn's head was separated from its body.
Extreme force.
That's so fucking rough. A gruesome and heartbreaking result of alleged medical negligence. But the horror didn't end there. In a shocking twist, the couple says the same doctor later shared a video of the baby's autopsy on social media without their permission. That alleged violation of their privacy added insult to deeply traumatic injury. The parents, Jessica Ross and Trevon Isaiah Taylor Sr., took legal action, and a jury agreed with them this week, awarding the pair nearly $2.5 million. The payout was tied specifically to the unauthorized sharing of the autopsy video.
Oh.
Not the original medical malpractice, which they are still in litigations for.
Okay, that's why it's not enough.
Yeah, they still suing they just gave him 2.5 on the strength of the video coming out.
Right.
Okay, all right.
That's HIPAA law, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that means
Yeah, who the fuck would put that video
the
out?
doctor did it. The doctor that ripped the baby's head off did it.
That's crazy. I can see for like studying medical studies or something like that.
But and even with that, you still gotta get permission.
Right.
You gotta get permission to. Bro, you gotta get permission. HIPAA laws are so restricted.
It's very sensitive.
Yeah, HIPAA laws are so restrictive, bro. Like, one of my baby mamas, she was, two of my baby mamas was working remote from home with the HIPAA shit, bruh. With the you know from the thing,
Medical shit, yeah.
medical shit, bruh. They gotta have they camera on at all times because they have to make sure nobody is in the room or behind them while people's medical records are up on their computer. Cause you at home viewing this shit, so we gotta make sure nobody sees this shit.
And that's why they be all over them people on TikTok that be the nurses and shit that be doing that, trying to take videos and shit while they at work. You don't know what type of technology people have. They can pull up anything. Yeah, I've done it.
Nigga, motherfuckers can hunt down anything, bro.
That's how I found about a lot of stuff going on with the mayor and stuff.
Yeah.
I used to go in there and look and see the little papers. I'm like, oh, that's what that says? Okay.
Yeah. You know, Buddy Pop Smoke that died, the rapper.
Yeah.
That's how he got killed. He was on live and they was in one of them like rented mansions out in LA.
Yeah.
And he was on live and there was like a package in the background. And one of them niggas zoomed in on the package
to get that address.
Dope. And then went to where they was and then went to where they was at, and that's how they ended up getting robbed and killed.
That's crazy.
Cause like he didn't put out where he was at or like be in no place, but he was on live and didn't think about. I remember a motherfucker hit me one time. I had put a picture. I think of my oldest daughter had got her learner's permit. I had put a picture of her like holding the paperwork, and she didn't
turn it around,
cover it. And the motherfucker hit me like, "Hey, take that down." I'm like, "What is like, nigga? We can see like if you zoom in, you can see your address and all that." I was like, So like when the next one came, like I just took the little like cover page and held it up. Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but you gotta think about that type of shit.
Because a motherfucker will take that and use it against you.
All the way.
You just try to do something, showing progress.
Yeah.
And somebody take that and use it all the way against you. That's terrible.
Yeah. Nasty work. But it's also break time.
Yes, it is. Let's do it.
Break time. Ugh. We back. Back like cooked crack. We in the Floridas, ain't we?
Florida man time. I got two of them good old.
I got two of them. Should I
rock it
kick it off? Yeah.
The first one I got is called Avoid Her. The Florida man breaks into a stranger's house to avoid angry wife. He cooks and bathes and faces burglary charges. Says according to the arrest affidavit, police found the stove on, light switched on, and a cell phone charging inside the home. Deputies in Florida's Davenport, Polk County responded to a call June 9th when a neighbor noticed lights unexpectedly on in a rental property. When police officers arrived, they discovered Jocelyn Charles. I hope I'm saying that right. That's the man's name? Jocelyn Charles, 44, inside the home. According to the affidavit review, Charles was found cooking and had just drawn a bath. Charles allegedly told deputies that he had been using the home's water and electricity without permission. He reportedly stayed at the residence for 4 days to avoid a fight with his wife. Now he's facing charges of unarmed burglary and petty theft. Says according to the arrest affidavit, police said that when they entered the residence, the stove was on, the lights were on, lights were going, and the cell phone was plugged into a wall outlet. Says it's one of those things where you just have to grin and bear it, said one of the officers. Says on June the 15th, the sheriff announced that the arrest in a Facebook post filled with references to Goldilocks and the Three Bears. The post featured bear puns, jokes, and bath bath temperature and the hashtag, if Joe is convicted, he will spend time behind the guilty locks and the three bears.
They stupid.
It says, we assumed the bath temperature was not too hot or nor too cold, but just right.
Just right.
But despite the humor, the posters also made it clear Charles allegedly admitted to breaking in. Along with official charges, he's being held on a $10,000 bond for burglary and a $250 bond for theft. Authorities confirmed he has no prior theft arrests and he remains in custody as the case proceeds. But that's crazy, man. You want to get away from your wife? Just go get a hotel.
It's a good hotel. Just.
Well, he probably didn't want her to pull up.
Yeah. Turn the location off, buddy. Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Naked, mud-covered Florida man arrested after vandalizing van in Osteen, deputies say.
He's a toxic Avenger.
Orlando, Florida, a man covered in mud and completely nude was arrested Saturday afternoon after allegedly vandalizing a work van and trespassing on private property in Osteen, which is part of Florida, I guess. Where we at? Deputies responded to suspicious incident around 5 p.m. at a residence on South State Road. The victim, Jared Garver, told deputies that he arrived at his property to find windows of his company van shattered and the driver door ajar. While inspecting the damage, Garver witnessed a naked man emerge from a nearby barn and alerted deputies. The suspect identified as 31-year-old Exid Khan was detained and read his Miranda rights.
He said,
Yeah, he came
mud butt.
but like gold dust. According to the sheriff's office, Khan claimed he had been following the sun under the instruction from a higher power, and admitted he had vandalized the van. Though he couldn't fully recall the incident, he also said he had knocked on the door at the home and wasn't sure why he had removed his clothing, which was later found scattered across the property. Deputy found the home's patio door open with water running from a hose and furniture rearranged. Khan was arrested and charged with burglary and nuisance and trespassing and indecent exposure. He was first taken to Fish Memorial Hospital for an evaluation due to dehydration and then transported to the county jail. He is being held right now, and the victim said he plans on pressing charges. My man just got naked, went on my guy's property and ran amok.
That's crazy.
He ripped his clothes off, rearranged the nigga porch furniture, turned his water hose on, vandalized the vans, busted out windows.
With mud on it.
Covered in mud. This nigga pulled up, he just jumped out of a barn.
My name is Mud.
Yeah, mud butt.
He say just emerges. That's all I seen. Gold Dust.
Gold Dust is a fucking character.
Yes, he was. This is one of his fire engine. It says an elderly Florida man's drunken rampage ends in arrest
That
after.
is Ray Liotta.
Huh?
It is Ray Liotta.
Okay.
A young Ray, too.
It says ends in arrest after failed fire engine heist. It says an elderly Florida man armed with a shotgun and intoxicated for several days allegedly threatened fire rescue personnel before attempting to hijack their fire engine, leading to his arrest. Hernando County Fire Rescue responded to the initial call on Sunday where a woman reported that her husband, identified as William Cobb, who had been drinking on and off for several days, had fallen and couldn't get up. When
Falling, I can't get up.
when they responded, it was reported that Cobb grabbed a tire iron, and started moving toward them, prompting them to leave the home. Officials said that Cobb, 74, then got a shotgun from a bedroom in the home and started threatening the firefighters, claiming, "I have not killed anyone, but today may be the day."
So, God damn it, I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
The sheriff's office said that after threatening the medics, Cobb then proceeded towards the fire engine parked outside the home and got into the driver's seat. He said despite the intoxication, Cobb allegedly attempted to drive the fire engine. However, he could not disengage the air brake. Deputies arrived shortly after and found Cobb still in the vehicle, ignoring commands to exit. It says that a deputy then opened the door to remove him, leading to a brief struggle in which Cobb struck the deputy. Damn.
Good Lord.
A 74-year-old man hit you. With the help of another deputy, Cobb was pulled from the fire engine and secured on the ground. After being medically cleared, he was arrested on multiple charges, including aggravated assault on a first responder, battery of law enforcement, resisting arrest with violence, robbery, carjacking with a firearm, and grand theft.
All of it.
Yeah, he's currently being held
Hit the nigga with all the charges.
on a $45,000 bond.
Hit the nigga with all the charges, nigga.
They said he lit it up.
Jesus Christ. Is that it?
That's it for him.
All right. Florida man who drove through a restaurant to charge his electric vehicle caught a different kind of charge.
It caught a different type of charge.
Yeah. A Florida man accused.
That took a little second to
Yeah. A Florida man accused of driving his electric car through a popular Palm Beach County restaurant to charge up his car at the bar is facing criminal charges. According to the Martin County Sheriff's Office, last month, Evan Scott Boble, 23, drove his vehicle through the popular Harry and Natives restaurant in Yuba Sound, Florida, in the middle of the night, moving tables aside to try to get to the charger. Investigators say surveillance videos from inside the restaurant helped them identify him as the suspect. Detectives got a warrant for burglary and attempted theft, which was served this week with the help of Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office and the South Florida Task Force.
Damn.
Barbell's bond is set at $12,500. In a post on social media, the sheriff's office said, "We appreciate the outstanding teamwork that brought this unusual case to close, and remind everyone restaurants are for dining, not for docking your vehicle." This nigga drove through the restaurant, bro.
Yeah.
And parked his shit. He moved tables and parked his shit by the bar and plugged his car up. like you would do your cell phone. On some late night shit.
Hey bartender, let me get a Moscow Mule.
Yeah, while I wait on this to
Charge up real quick. I'll tip good.
tripping.
That's why it's gonna take a whole damn day if you're gonna do it from that type of outlet.
Man,
That's crazy.
that's crazy work.
That's funny though.
Crazy work.
People are just getting stupid.
Crazy work.
Yeah, that was my last part of it.
Mine too. We ain't got no melanated.
On to how many pieces of F?
I got them figures.
How many though?
2.
I got one.
Okay. You wanna go in between mine?
Yeah.
Alright.
Cause mine ain't even that bad. It's just what she did.
What she do?
Crushing animals.
Nope.
Okay.
Strip club worker accused of fatal DUI hit and run in downtown Atlanta, then went back to work.
Damn.
A 30-year-old Atlanta woman is sitting in jail without bond after police say she caused a deadly hit and run crash that killed a visiting husband and father and then kept driving like nothing happened. Authorities say Portia Taylor was under the influence of drugs and alcohol when she left her shift at
Wait
Candyland
a minute. What'd you say her name was?
Portia. Portia.
Portia.
No, Portia.
I think it's pronounced Portia too.
That's Portia to me. Portia Taylor. Candyland. That's Candyland is 2 Chainz strip club. So I'll go when she left the shift at Candyland, a downtown Atlanta strip club, and sped through Peachtree and Baker Street in the early hours of the morning. That's when she allegedly struck 71-year-old Michael Crabtree, who was in town for business, as she tried to cross the street. Instead of stopping, Taylor allegedly hit the gas, jumped on I-75, and drove nearly 20 miles into Cobb County, where police say she caused a second crash near the Canton Road connector. Even then, she didn't stop.
A second crash?
Yeah.
Damn. The bitch was drunk.
Yeah, even then, she didn't stop. The police were able to use traffic cams and this, that, and the third to figure out who she was. And the next day, they arrested her at her job because she went back to work the next day like nothing happened.
In the same car?
Yeah, in the same car.
Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb.
Dumb.
This lady's dumb too. This is crushing animals. There's a woman sentenced for animal crushing found with 12 dogs and cats.
Crushing animals?
Yeah, it says a Kokomo woman was found with 12 animals after serving years in prison.
Kokomo here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, years in prison for animal crushing, according to court documents. Officers were dispatched to the 900 block of East Washington Street on a report of a suspicious person on Saturday afternoon. So she's from Kokomo, but she was here.
Okay.
Upon arrival, the IPD were met with a feces-filled U-Haul filled with 12 cats and dogs.
Oh, my God.
3 individuals claimed and later surrendered the animals. One of the 3 individuals, Crystal Scott, was previously arrested for animal crushing and served 30 months in prison. So animal crushing is defined as conduct in which one or more living, non-human mammals, birds, reptiles, or amphibians are purposely crushed, burned, drowned, suffocated, impaled, or otherwise subjected to serious bodily harm. Scott, 24, was preliminarily charged with 12 counts of animal offense, animal care treatment for the reported offense on Saturday. According to the reports, it says the dogs and cats found in her apartment, in her custody, were extremely dehydrated and their bodies were in a low condition. Make sure I'm reading the right. Yeah, it says in 2020, Scott was sentenced after she was found guilty for torturing and killing both cats and dogs. She's got a problem.
Yeah, she fucked up. She's a serial killer.
It says further she will record the videos and post them to social media sites. In the videos, she reportedly said things like, "I'll be killing a pregnant Siamese and a kitten later on today." The other individuals arrested on Saturday, Treston Cannon and Crystal Lynn Bunch, were also charged with 12 counts of animal offense, animal care, and treatment. So this is an active investigation. So, yeah, these
she's
people
a sociopath. She's crazy.
Just killing, messing with animals. Somebody need to do her the same way.
Yeah.
You need to hold court on her.
Yeah. All right.
That's retarded. But before you go into yours, I seen one where they were going to do a wellness check on the house because something happened.
Yeah.
This family had over 200 animals in their house.
Jesus Christ.
From dogs, cats. The biggest animal they found was a goat. They had reptiles, alligator, I think a peacock in the house. But the biggest thing they found was a goat, and the motherfucker, the horns was like, it was like a devil goat.
Yeah.
Like if it hits you, it's over. Like it's like a ram. Put it like that.
The horns was like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, shit. And it was
In the crib.
It was in the crib, and this was like Milwaukee. It was in Milwaukee.
Wow.
And these houses was like close together, like stoop type houses.
Yeah.
And I guess the neighbors could smell it,
It was like, nigga, what is that?
and they they was trying to hide the shit because they had the upstairs was like where all the fish and the reptiles and the birds were, and then downstairs in the basement was all the dogs, and they had dogs down there dying and all types of stuff. Man, it was nasty.
That's crazy.
And it was a black family.
That's crazier.
Yeah. Up in Milwaukee, y'all can watch it on YouTube.
Jesus Christ.
Man,
Man arrested after shooting and killing his uncle after an argument over a honey bun.
his uncle?
Yep.
He ain't like that nigga.
According to reports,
Fat boy fight.
and he's not a fat nigga.
Oh,
Slim nigga.
oh man, he just wanted to kill his uncle.
Yep. According to reports, 29-year-old Michael Crawley got angry when he found out his uncle, 48-year-old Roderick Crawley, had eaten his honey bun.
He probably laughed in his face.
A witness told Michael to calm down and to leave the house. He did, but he came back and allegedly shot Roderick 4 times in the chest, killing him.
What'd your uncle do to you?
Warren say Michael then called 911 and told the operator that he shot Roderick and that he was hiding in the woods. A police dog later found Michael's gun, but then took quite a few hours more. He found Michael. Michael has been charged with malice murder, and court documents show that he was released on a bond and waived his rights to an initial hearing. A honey bun, nigga.
Yeah. I thought we was gonna say $100 it's really honey bun.
That's the name of this motherfucker. Just honey bun.
Just honey bun. I like that.
Yeah, just good old honey bun. Yeah.
That's crazy. You
Murdered
shoot
that nigga.
Your own. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Niggas be having a lot of pent up rage, man, about a lot of shit.
They say your uncle did something to you. He took your chick or something. Not the
Probably
honey
touched
bun.
his buns when he was young.
Those was
Probably
honey
touched
buns.
his honey buns.
Yep. He didn't like the way those Pop Tarts.
He been waiting to kill that nigga. So, ooh, nigga, I've been waiting to kill you for so long.
Uncle probably was taking his shoes and everything.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling. That's crazy.
Well, folks,
There's another one.
that's all, folks.
Just honey bun.
Just honey bun.
Y'all take it easy.
All right, peace, peace.